Alright, so I'm going to pick up where I left off with Traveler's Tales Anthology chapter, which is just going around interacting with the characters. But it seems like Shinsho has the same one again. Flurry of frost and autumn leaves, how they scatter, how they swirl. More swordsmanship practice, Shinsho? I knew you'd come today. I haven't been here long, actually. This must be exactly what they mean by great minds thinking alike, and the understanding shared by kindred spirits. Did your brother end up reclaiming his book? No, he hasn't. He did see me reading as I practiced my swordsmanship, and he did sigh, shaking his head, and make gestures with his feet and hands. But he didn't ask for the book back. So why did he suddenly? Well, my guess is that this was my father's idea. He's always told me to practice my calligraphy more and pen a few more congratulatory letters on behalf of the family. That way I could temper my mind and also gradually get in touch with our business partners, which would lay a foundation for my future role in managing our family affairs. And besides, I don't know who else could open my brother's bookcase if not my father. But you know me. I'm honestly most afraid of being stuck sitting up straight at a reception table, feigning civility and giving lip service to. Sorry, but I never said that. Yeah, that sounds like it'd be really grating, right? Uh, I'd much rather find a quiet spot to practice penmanship on my own than sit there drinking stale tea and listening to Stoller conversation. Stoller? I guess Stoller. Stoller conversation. So I came here under the pretext of working my penmanship into my calligraphy and gaining the relevant enlightenment from Chronicles of Cleansing Ink. That way, I get to do a bit of both. I didn't expect that you'd show up so quickly, though. It seems that my swordplay was quite the effective signal beacon. And what enlightenment have you gained, perchance? I've realized that even famous figures have an earnest side to them. They aren't prideful, haughty beings of divine skill, as many think. As you can see, this originally annotated copy contains some remarks and critiques made by who's who of swordplay and calligraphy from a previous generation. One can, even vaguely, glimpse the personalities of those eminent personages shining through. Take this, for example. This is another calligraphy great who didn't get along with Shi Fan. See how he nitpicks and hangs on every little error and how long his annotations are. See, this is the commentary he gave on Shinfen's calligraphy. Free, unrestrained, sharp as a bared edge, like a great tree braced against the wind. It sounds like a compliment, but I fear that when he called Shinfen a great tree, it was in the sense that the greatest tree in a forest is the first to be crushed by the wind. Quite the backhanded compliment. You can barely tell it's criticism. Of course, those two often butted heads, but one must always be careful when penning words down. Words penned in black and white can hardly be taken back, after all. In response, Shenfen penned the following response. Spring will come and the tree shall yield lush shade. And here, too, I remember that the one who wrote this was Ten Quen at some point. They say that he was brilliant at both calligraphy and swordplay, but that his comments were always very concise. This is what he wrote. Lovely, but never did learn how to sign your name. There's all sorts of other interesting annotations, too. Come on, let me show you. Hold on just a sec. Wasn't the point to use swordplay as a way to transition to calligraphy practice? Oh, there's no rush. No rush at all. As my great-grandfather always says, to practice calligraphy is to temper heart and mind. Only by understanding this text can you learn to write the words within. Actually, wait. Do you know what time it is right now? Well, just look at the sky. Oh, drat. I'm going to be late back. Looks like I'm getting an earful from my father now. Uh, Either way, I've got to go face the music now. I'll be back later to practice my swordplay again. Though, so if you have time, why not come and join me? I'm sure that we'll improve all the faster by putting our heads together and putting another to the test. But if you don't want to practice, we can always take a walk or even go fishing. Look at me, rambling on like this. I'll head back first. See you later. Okay, that one's done. Haha, here's another Kazuha. A refreshing night such as this is perfect for training. You know, whenever I recall the steps I've taken in the study of swordsmanship, memories of my journeys also flood into my mind. As such, no matter where I am, when I hold my blade, I feel as if you are right there with me. Shall we spar then? I wouldn't have it any other way. It seems the bamboo blade in my bag will finally see some use. I've heard many tales about you during my travels. I imagine you've gotten even stronger since we last met in Inazuma. It just so happens that I, too, have not ceased training, in which case, let the blades in our hands tell of our experiences since our parting. Oh, I was hoping I could actually fight him, but I guess not. Okay, let's do Yunjin next. I'm trying to do the ones that are further away from waypoints. Oh, that's a Klee and Kaya. Oh, so this is what bards from Liyue are like, Kaya. That's right, very different from those of Mondstadt, don't you think? Taking Klee out on one of your jaunts, Kaya? Mr. Honorary Knight! Strictly speaking, the Spark Knight and I are here on official business, investigating the wine industry export situation in Liyue. Studying the consumption of Mondstadt's liquor requires visiting the performance venues where it is consumed. Enjoying the arts of Liyue while we are at it is part and parcel of our work. Isn't that right, Klee? Is that right? Klee cannot have wine, so it's obviously Kaya having it. Of course, it is. Just enjoy the show to your heart's content. Sure, this Liyue opera is so much fun. Classic Kaya, leading the youth astray. Why, traveler, I see you've come to Hiyu Tea House again. Oh, are you with friends? This is Captain Kaya from Mondstadt's Knights of Avonius. And this is the Spark Knight Klee. And this is Yoonjin, a professional opera performer from Liyue. An honor to meet you, Miss Yoon. I've heard many traveling merchants speak of the art form you practice. This is the first time Klee and I have had the pleasure of watching an opera. A fascinating experience, indeed. Yeah, also, could you teach Klee how to spin your spear like that? I'm glad you enjoyed yourselves. As for spear flourishes, I'm afraid they can be quite difficult to learn. Don't worry, Klee will do her best. Well, seeing how interested you are, come see me after the performance while our troupe is resting. There are some smaller spears I used to train with when I was a child. Let me find one to teach you with. Then you have my thanks, Miss Yoon. Spark Knight Klee, do you remember what the Knights of Avonia's handbook says? Yes, Kaya. Oh, I mean, yes, Captain Kaya. In that case, when a distinguished guest does you a kindness, how should you respond? Thank you very much, kind-hearted lady who sings Liyue opera. You're too kind, both of you. You're here to watch the opera, so I'm sure this meeting was meant to be. I look forward to seeing you in the audience in the future, should you have the time. Well, that was an interesting encounter. I got a Klee, Kaya, and a Yunjin. TT! Please, try this.
Huh?
Oh, he didn't like it by the sounds of it. I must have failed again. Thanks for being nice. Could you also try this one?
Huh?
Really liked that one. Is that good? Yes. Well, something smells good. Are you whipping up something delicious? Traveler, I borrowed this kitchen from Chef Mao. I wanted to cook something, but I can't taste. So Chef Mao asked Guoba to help. Wait. Why am I cooking? Let me check my notes. Oh, notebook says, make a dish and freeze it to prepare for the excursion with Yao Yao. I don't need to eat, but Yao Yao needs to eat to grow and get taller. Will Yao Yao grow taller than Dr. Baiju one day? That might be a tall order. Don't worry, Yao Yao will be cute, no matter how tall she is. We talked too long. The stove. Thanks for watching the stove, Guoba. Please, try this last one as well. It definitely looks like a very impactful scent. Guoba is not happy with that last one. He's running away. Well, the second one seemed to be the best one. Okay. Checking Leoa over. Okay, now to go to Mondstadt, which I know there's official by the Knights of Avonius, or in the Knights of Avonius. Let's go here. Looks like in the Knights of Avonius. Probably back in the library again. Higher. Higher. Oh wait, that's not okay. I forgot, it's not actually tracking official. Oh, there's official. Gah. So there was a stipulation against damaging any books in the collection, was there? Yet, has that custodian mage of tomes never been cautioned, even in all her universal sagety, to not make a foe of the princessin?
Do not grieve so, mein Fräulein.
What's going on exactly? Ah, blessed one, have you come to bear witness to the most tragic of moments?
Tragic moment?
Yes, indeed. For this was the day destined, the promised hour, and yet we are foiled. All has been foiled at the hands of the custodian mage.
You mean Lisa? What did she do?
Ms. Lisa believes that scribbling on books counts as damaging them, and has thus taken the Heilige Edikte der Verurteilung out of mein Fräulein's hands.
She obstructs our royal way, an unforgivable sin. Unforgivable.
And while she is quite angry, mein Fräulein's unforgivables usually end up as forgivables. She does understand that it was she who was wrong in the first place, after all.
But can't you edit your own book?
Unfortunately, it is rather more complicated than that. for this text was penned not by mein Fräulein, but the adventurers of the guild.
Oh, so the official dictionary is about her, but not by her.
Indeed. Furthermore, it now belongs to the library's collection, and as such, it falls under Miss Lisa's custody.
Oh yeah, this is getting complicated, all right. Okay, let's think about this for a sec. Hang on, couldn't we edit the text so long as we got permission from Lisa and the adventurers?
It will not be hard to negotiate with the adventurers, but Miss Lisa will be trickier to handle. She appears to have anticipated this, having left the library right after confiscating the book. We do not know where she has gone.
So, even our cunning countermeasures have been uncovered? Ah, I should have expected nothing less from the mage who guards the universal repository of knowledge. Why don't I go talk to Lisa for you? Blessed traveler, I am thankful, truly, but do not underestimate the causality that lies between us. As fate has promised the moment to us, so I, Fischl, the sovereign princessin der Virtulige, will make it come to pass. This I vow upon my noble name.
Oh boy, here she goes again.
Hear me, O custodian mage. Even you cannot defy the writ of apocalyptic destiny. Thee I shall summon, and thou shalt answer.
Quick, Oz, translate for us, would you?
Mein Fräulein is saying that she will get Lisa to agree somehow.
Oh boy, official. Have fun with that. Okay. So I guess that's going to be all of them for today. So I got a new one for you, Jin. And for Kazuha. Finally got Chi-Chi. Got another one for Official. So the only one I have left to do is Cloud Retainer. Alright, that's going to be the end of this segment for Traveler's Tales Anthology chapter. And I'll see you guys later.